Okay, so there's this girl, Veronica, right? She's like 15 and it's 1991 in Madrid. Her dad's dead and her mom works all the time at this bar. So Veronica's basically raising her little brother and sisters. It's a lot. So one day at school, there's this huge solar eclipse happening. It's a big deal. And the teachers are all like, back in the day, people thought eclipses were super spooky and you could totally summon spirits and stuff. This gives Veronica an idea. So while everyone else is going up to the roof to watch the eclipse, Veronica's like, nah. She grabs her two friends, Rosa and Deanna, and they sneak down to the school basement. Get this, they're going to do a seance with a Ouija board. Veronica wants to talk to her dead dad, and her friend wants to talk to some other dude who died. So they set up the board, put a picture of her dad down, and use this little glass cup to talk to the spirits. And bam, it works almost immediately. The cup starts moving all by itself. But then things get weird. The cup gets super, super hot, and her friends totally freak out and pull their hands away. But Veronica, she's just locked in, staring. She doesn't let go. And right when the eclipse hits its peak, the glass cup just shatters, slices her finger open, and a drop of her blood falls right onto the board. Surprise! Then, check this out. Veronica just goes completely silent, like she's not even there, and the Ouija board itself just splits right in half. Crack! And that's when all this other messed up stuff starts happening in the basement. Total disaster.
So right after the board breaks, her friend Diana starts totally screaming, and Veronica's just lying on the floor whispering some weird stuff. Then, bam, she lets out this insane demonic-sounding shriek and just passes out cold. Next thing she knows, she's in the school nurse's office. The doctor checks her out and is basically like, "You're probably just low on iron, you should eat more." Yeah, right, no big deal. But on the way home, she sees this super creepy old nun just staring at her. And get this, everyone calls this nun Sister Death, and she's supposed to be completely blind. So how is she looking right at her? Super spooky. Then the really messed up stuff starts at her house. At dinner, she just freezes up like a statue. And she starts getting these huge, nasty claw marks on her body out of nowhere. While she's giving her little brother Antonito a bath, she hears a noise, goes to check it out, and the door slams shut, locking her in her room. And she hears her brother's voice coming from inside the locked room with her. It's a total head trip. Anyway, she gets out and runs to the bathroom, and Antonito is screaming. Something had turned the hot water all the way up, and he's all burned. It's a disaster. That night, she has this nightmare where her dad shows up, but then he turns into this black, shadowy demon thing and basically tells a bunch of ghost hands to attack her. She wakes up completely freaked out. The next day at school, her friend Rosa is totally ignoring her, probably scared from the seance, so Veronica goes down to the basement and finds Sister Death, the blind nun. And the nun spills the beans. She's like, "You made a huge mistake. That wasn't your dad you called. You summoned a demon, and now it's attached to you." She even tells Veronica that she blinded herself to stop seeing these things, but it didn't work. Then she's like, "It's your job to protect your siblings now." So Veronica runs home and draws all these protective symbols around the house trying to fight it off. But it's no use. The demon just burns them all away. Poof, like they're nothing. Then it starts choking her little sister, Lucia. Veronica rushes over to help, but from Lucia's point of view, it looks like Veronica is the one choking her. Now her own sister is terrified of her. Veronica's trying to explain, "It wasn't me, it was the demon," but nobody's listening. That night, she has another awful dream where her own brother and sister are biting and choking her, and her mom is screaming at her. She wakes up in a panic, and dude, her bed is soaked in blood. She looks under the mattress, and there's a massive black scorch mark, like something was literally burning right underneath her all night.
So she checks all the beds in the house, and get this, they all have that same creepy burn mark. It totally looks like a demon was just hanging out on them. Then her little brother Antonito comes up to her and is like, "Dad came to see me last night and said, I'm going to come back and take you with me." Veronica totally freaks out. She tells her brother, "Don't you listen. If you see him again, just close your eyes and ears and scream my name, okay?" So she runs back to Sister Death, the blind nun, and begs for help. The nun's like, "You messed up. You guys didn't finish the seance, so you left the door open and the demon is stuck here. You have to do it again to say goodbye and close the door." Veronica goes to her friend Rosa's house and is like, "We have to finish it." But Rosa is way too scared and is like, "No way, I'm out." So Veronica is all alone, and she makes a super bad decision. She decides to do the seance again with her little brother and sisters. I mean, what could go wrong, right? She tapes the broken Ouija board back together. She tells Antonito to draw protective symbols on the walls, but total disaster. He's just a little kid. He draws the symbols all wrong, and they end up being for inviting a spirit, not getting rid of one. So she starts the seance and tells the demon to leave, but it basically refuses. She's trying to read stuff from a book to force it out, and then bam! The demon appears in its full, horrifying shape and just starts attacking them. It's chaos. Veronica calls the cops in a panic. The demon grabs Antonito and her sisters just bolt out of the house screaming. Veronica runs back inside to find her brother. He's locked in her room, and he's doing exactly what she told him to do. He's got his eyes and ears covered, just calling her name over and over. And that's when it happens. Veronica feels something shift inside her, and then the big twist. The demon isn't in the house. It's been inside her the whole time. And it all clicks into place. It was her, possessed, who turned on the hot water and burned her brother. It was her, choking her sister. She was the one doing all this messed up stuff. The demon's whole plan was to take over her body. When she realizes this, she just snaps. She grabs a piece of broken glass and tries to cut her own throat to stop the demon for good. But the demon inside her stops her just as the police bust in. And what they see is insane. Veronica is just floating in the middle of the air. Then she just collapses. A cop grabs Antonito and they rush Veronica out to an ambulance. While a detective is still inside the apartment, he looks over and sees a framed picture of Veronica just burst into flames, all by itself. And then they get the call. It's too late. Veronica's dead. Get this for an ending. The detective writes up the official police report, and he literally says the whole thing was caused by a supernatural spirit from the botched seance. It was the first time ever in Spain that a police report blamed a demon for a death. How crazy is that?